Now was your senior year. As you stated before, the team that went 10-1 was stacked with all seniors. Now you and Royce Robertson being the leader of the team, how did you guys implement your experiences with the new guys coming in?
Well, again, one thing that was good about that junior season was that some of the games we played was kind of a blowout. So some of the juniors and stuff and sophomores was able to get some running time, but it was tough to replace all those seniors. I mean, just flat out. Again, it was just me, Royce, and Ted was the only three juniors starting on that team.
Yeah.
So we had to replace a bunch of players, man,
Yeah.
or get people to fill those shoes, and it was gonna be hard to just find somebody to fill over for Royce Love or somebody to fill over for Tom Lukowski and some other people like that.
Yeah.
But it was a work in progress if I can remember those first few games.
Yeah,
Uh,
because y'all went on two first.
yeah, we did,
You
and
went on two
again,
first two game of the season. Yeah.
we were trying to find pieces.
Gotcha.
We was trying to build a camaraderie with players, and it was probably tough for the coaches too to get everybody ready. They just had lost everybody they had trained the last 2 years pretty much too, and
Yeah.
it was tough, but we finally did get it.
Gotcha.
And I think, like I said, if we went 0-2, I guess we got about a third game, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we went on a winning streak, and we didn't
One.
lose until we
One.
lost our last game.
Yeah. You guys won 8 straight.
Right, then we
Yeah.
lost against Maryville.
Maryville. Yeah.
So we made it just as far as the previous year team.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had more wins than us, but we made it to the sectional championship, just like they made it to the sectional championship.
Yeah.
And we should have pulled that game out. Actually,
Exactly. Now that was a great game.
yeah, that was a real good
That was
game.
a great game.
Um,
And that year y'all won against Jamel.
Again, well,
Yeah.
that year we played. He
Yeah.
played that
He
year.
played that year. Yeah.
And so it was like everybody. The year, my junior year, they had a lot of guys who were juniors who were starting.
Yeah.
Like their quarterback, their fullback, Jamel Williams, some other people.
Yeah.
You know, so coming in now, they were all seniors, and we had to replace a lot of people.
Yeah.
So they were the big dogs in the area, and we went out there. We played a hard game. We
Yeah.
played a real hard game. I think they had just got a new stadium that year, but we played a hard game. And then it was just like a boxing match between Royce and Jamel Williams. I can remember that week that we was gonna play. They put them on the front page of the Hammond Times with their shirt off, with like their fist up,
Nah.
like,
Remember that.
looking at each other like it's game time. So it was a huge draw, and we just came up short again. We should have had that game won, and
Yeah.
you know, I think it'd probably be an argument if we'd have got past that game whether the team was better my junior year or senior. Because again, we made it just as far as they did, replacing a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys before had played with each other for a few years, and here outside of me, Royce, and Ted, we had to put a lot of pieces together, and we did.
And that's a good question. I want to bring that up. How did it feel going from your junior year to where you played your position and you had to cover your job, but now as a senior, did you have to cover more of the field because you had guys with less in experience? Did you make more plays your senior year?
I did. I made a lot more plays my senior year, but Al Thomas and
Brian
Hardaway Killer
Yeah.
was the corners, and
Who was better between the duo? Pachi and Kroon, or Al and Killer?
Oh, no doubt I'd say Pachi and Chrome. Pachi was a good player, man, real good, smart player, man, fundamental player. Al was a good player too. Him and Killer were pretty good corners, and Al had a lot of prospects. I think when I was a senior, I think Al was starting to get recruited by some big teams. Him and Sniff.
Yeah.
So he was getting a lot of buzz, and he played well my junior year. Like I said, we went on 8 straight wins, so they was playing well. But definitely Klum and Pachi. That secondary we had that year, I think, was just a killer secondary, man. It really was.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but like you said, replacing those pieces. Um, Again, it was pretty tough, but guys eventually, came to play, and we had some big games, and it was just a lot of juniors under me then, so
Yeah.
it seemed like I was doing a lot more like coaching and like,
Gotcha.
like confidence building. Like, look, we can do this. Let's get together as a secondary and try to get them that we was a unit. The whole defense was a unit,
Yeah.
but definitely the secondary was a unit. And I was letting them know I was out there in the middle, and
Yeah.
well, nobody gonna really get nothing over our head without me having something to do with it.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha. How did you go? Far as being a leader with the younger guys, what was your main goal really in involved with that? Was it, as you said, you was coaching it, your players coach as well, but what was your goal? Because I know we all competing in high school with one another.
right. Well, just so that we can all get better. I was about making everybody better and confidence building. Um, just let them know that again, I keep on repeating myself that we was together, pretty
Yeah.
much that we was together, and we gonna play hard no matter what. And they had that time they had started doing those weightlifting contests and stuff like that with us, and Al was pretty strong and Killer was pretty strong. And, they both had decent enough speed to be in the secondary, so just building a camaraderie and confidence between us back there. So just let them know, like every play, good play, or we get it next play, and never really trying to dog anybody out.
Yeah.
Right.
Now losing to Maryville, did it hurt more losing to Maryville than it did to Crown Point because of the kind of team it was? But according to your statement you made, you felt like your senior year team was just as better, if not better, than that 10-1 team. So give me your emotions.
Now, what I mean by better, we had more talent my junior year, but as far as a team, I mean, if you can get to the same point that previous team did, I mean, you can argue that we had, what we were more hungry. You can say that we were hungry, I guess, to
Yeah.
keep the tradition of East Chicago going at that time, because we established now, so it's
Yeah.
a lot of pride now.
Yeah.
You know, um, as far as getting back to your question, which one of them hurt the most? Losing. I think they were both different. That junior year, like I said, that was a special team. My senior year we lost. I knew I wasn't gonna be putting on that Cardinal anymore. So
Yeah.
that was tough. And then just feeling that we knew we should have won that game. We kind of walked off that field at Maryville like they knew and we knew we should have won that game. So it wasn't a real big hurtful feeling like it was the year before when I was a junior.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So so now that you finished your senior year, I know you was still involved with track and stuff, but just give me a brief summary of your whole emotions on being an athlete playing football now, from your sophomore year to all the success to now it's just done. Like boom, it's just over.
Well, it was just a big buzz around. Like Royce Robeson. Was the Gatorade Indiana Player of the Year, one of the best running backs, top 5 running backs coming out in the country. And that was my buddy, and we used to hang out a lot. Again, evidently we played on the same team. So just getting ready, to do these trips to these different colleges that was recruiting me. And still at that time, I had a lot of big time Division I recruit me, but then I had some smaller ones too, and I didn't know exactly where I was going to fit in. At first, like I said, Royce was going to go to anywhere he wanted to at that time. He could have went down to Florida State if he wanted to, which is rare from a player, what I'm saying, from up here to
Yeah.
go to Florida State. But he could have went anywhere, And I was kind of limited to the Division I, was pretty much Big Ten. Got some from Nebraska a little bit, but pretty much the Big Ten area was a lot of the schools that recruited me. Yeah,
Gotcha.
and just getting ready for that, getting ready for the testing, because I knew nothing gonna happen if I didn't have my scores and stuff right. So, Coach E um, uh, got us together with some people, some older people to help me and Royce, study for the test and stuff like that. And that was another thing a lot of people, didn't know of or didn't see. That was the stuff that Coach used to do, to help his players. He prepped us,
Gotcha.
a few months ahead of time for the test. Have us come into his office and have some tutors and stuff like that. And I thank him for that, because I probably wouldn't have been prepared for that test the first time if I didn't, see it doing those practice runs that Coach E had set up for us with the tutors. So, just getting all that, together, and still run the track. Want to get down there and try to win a state title before I leave Central, because I was always, going down there and competing anyway. So, just enjoying my senior year. It was in hindsight at that time. I knew we had three. Actually, I had three good football seasons. Like I said, Big Rob senior year was a. We didn't have a winning record, but man, that was a good football season for me, definitely. My junior year, can't say enough words about that. Then, my senior year. So